Hello everyone and welcome to week 3 of the Prismatic Draft League. Last week we took an unfortunate loss against Bryce, coach of the Marvelous Bridge Malamars, and learned a valuable lesson in team composition and heeding my own advice. Team comp is very important in draft. I very much underestimated that and paid the price for it, as well as underestimating some of their key Pokemon. This week, we're up against Mario Man, coach of the Azure Bay Chatot, and they have a very, very interesting and scary team. They have Squawkabilly, Venomoth, Hitmonlee, Gabite, Gyarados, Chandelure, Ludicolo, Magnezone, Kingambit, Hatterene, and Zorua Hisui. Right off the bat, Hatterene and Kingambit are a very scary Trick Room duo that we desperately don't want to set up. Now, why did I include Magnezone there? Well, that's because Magnezone typically doesn't want to be going first. It's got the ability Analytic. You might remember this from my very first season of draft where I used Magnezone. What Analytic does is if it's the last Pokemon to move in the turn, its attack gets a 30% boost. So, while it is very slow, you don't really want to be using this in Trick Room because you're defeating the purpose of its ability. If you use Trick Room with Magnezone and it becomes one of the fastest things on the field, you're not getting that Analytic boost. Chandelure is another great Trick Room setter for them. A Fire immunity, Fake Out immunity. Ludicolo looks like an odd one out on this team because they don't really have access to a rain mode from what I understand. Like, they have Gyarados and they have Ludicolo, but I don't think they have a rain setter on this team. And if something does get rain, then whoopsie, I didn't do enough research for this week. Gabite, just a middle-of-the-road dragon Pokemon. Hitmonlee is a fake-out user, which can be very interesting for us to take on. It also has some very good moves like Wide Guard and other supporting moves. Venomoth is a Rage Powder user, and it does get Sleep Powder as well, and it has the ability Compound Eyes, if I'm not mistaken, or is that just Venonat? Regardless, Venomoth could be a very dangerous support Pokemon if we let it get away with the game. And Squawkabilly is an Intimidate Pokemon on their team. Squawkabilly has a bunch of different abilities, none of which I think are really important. Squawkabilly isn't that threatening of a Pokemon, if I must say. Now, at the end of the day, if I get swept by this thing, you can come back and laugh at me in the comments. With that in mind, what do we have planned? Well, let's first take a look at how the type matchup breaks down. They have a very good balance of types with their team, right? But they have a 4 times immunity to electric with Gyarados, but then they have the Gabite for the immunity. They have 2 Pokemon resistant to Dragon when they have 1 weak to it, and even 1 with an immunity because of Hatterene. A bunch of resistances to Bug, but that's most Pokemon. Most Pokemon have a resistance to Bug. To make up for Ludicolo's weakness, without anything in for Ludicolo. Then you got 3 Pokemon that resist Fairy for your 2 Fairy resist, but you're not really too worried about that. 2 resistances to Flying for your Flying weaknesses, etc., etc., etc. This team, in my opinion, is very hard to try and come up with a strategy that's like, yes, this will work for everything. Against this team, I really needed to think how I'm going to get through some of their Pokemon. And of course, Zorua Hisui. I didn't mention it with the rest of their team, but after getting swept by Zoroark last week, I'm a little nervous, because I'm pretty sure this thing still has a very solid special attacking stat, so it could still do some damage, even though it's just a Zorua. Some notable types to be in mind of: they take very little from poison types. Oh, what did I do there? Take very little from poison types. Like I said, take very little from bug types. Grass types is also something. They have no weakness to grass on this team. And when I have 3 grass types, that's a little rough, right? Especially when they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resistances to grass. Pretty much the whole team that they could bring on a week will be resistant to grass, and I can see them bringing all 4 of these Pokemon Minus Squawkabilly. Squawkabilly I don't really expect to come to any game, but I think it could come to a game. With that in mind, what are we bringing for this week? Well, first off, we're starting with Sinistcha, and I have been disrespecting Sinistcha over the last 2 weeks. I have brought it to both games, but never actually played with it. So we're going for a Calm Mind set on Sinistcha this week. Now, everyone knows Sinistcha for its supporting moveset. You got Strength Set, you got Trick Room, you got Rage Powder, which of course we have on this set. But it's still a respectable attacker, and by respectable, I mean damn good one. 121 special attack is absolutely something to fear. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I have 5 Pokemon with just 2 grass. So while I'd love to fit, like, Protect on this set, I ended up going with Shadow Ball instead. And the reason we have Rage Powder is just because we have other Pokemon on this team that want to set up. And having Rage Powder to help divert their attention to them is something that's very important. Terra Water for a defensive type, because while they don't have any Pokemon... they have Ludicolo, right? Ludicolo is super effective against water, and so is Magnezone. But both of those Pokemon are special attackers. And with the Calm Minds, I'm hoping that Sinistcha will take very little, and of course we have the Citrus Berry to heal ourselves up if not. Very dangerous set in my opinion to run though, because it's not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world. Base 71 HP isn't all that much for a bulky Calm Mind set. So I'm hoping that we can pull off some shenanigans with our second Pokemon. I didn't EV this thing. Let's give it Modest. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with that. We have Shell Smash Blastoise with this one. But not just any Shell Smash Blastoise. A Shell Smash Blastoise that is masquerading as a support. Right? Because we have Fake Out. So, the idea is, turn 1, we go for Calm Mind with Sinistcha, and use Fake Out on Blastoise, right? Oh yeah, okay, that's what they're doing. But that's what I'm doing. We're going for setup Sinistcha next to Blastoise. But then, we hit them with Shell Smash the turn after. Or do I want to do Terra Grass on Blastoise to avoid Rage Powder? Terra Grass also allows us to not be hit by... Yeah, we're gonna go Terra Grass. Terra Steel was originally just for the extra damage on the Flash Cannon, as well as being a little more defensive. But if I think about it a little more, I'm still weak to Fire. And the Venomoth's Rage Powders could really hinder this Pokemon if I want to, like, take out Hatterene on turn 1 if it's a Hatterene Venomoth lead. I think we'll go with this instead. But yeah, essentially, after Sinistcha goes for Calm Mind, it then uses Strength, Rage Powder as the Blastoise goes for the Shell Smash. And then because of that, my opponent has to choose whether they want to handle the the +1/+1 Sinistcha, or the +2/+2/+2 Blastoise. Now, of course, it's still a Blastoise. 85 special attack isn't all that much for a Shell Smash Pokemon. So I don't expect this Pokemon to actually do all that much for us in the long run. Maybe only one game I'll bring it. If any, actually, depending on their team setup. Which is why then we have Goodra. Now, you might be thinking, Goodra? You don't have Goodra. Well, in between weeks 2 and 3, I decided that Haxorus really wasn't cutting it for the team. I know we never actually brought it into a game. Brought it to last week's match, but we didn't use it. And if I'm honest, last week showed me that I really lack support on the special defense side. I have a lot of Pokemon that are physically bulky, but not a lot of Pokemon that are specially bulky. So, Goodra, I think, fits the team better than Haxorus, even though we lose out on the damage output that Haxorus provides. We also lose out on the speed gear that Haxorus provides. It's an unfortunate trade, but I think it's a trade that we need to make. And for those who've been on the channel for a while, know that I really like myself Terra Water Goodra. We used Terra Water Goodra back in UDL Season 3? Season 3 or was it Season 4? I forget which one it was, but Terra Water Acid Armor Goodra is such a fun set in my opinion. But then we also have Sludge Bomb for one reason only. It allows us to take on, almost take out Hatterene, because Goodra really struggles in a Hatterene without that. And if I'm honest, it allows us to also hit into Chandelure for some damage, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to hit it at all. Protect as well to give us a little more leftovers recovery when we need it. This is a very risky set in my opinion, but I'm hoping that it works out. So we got a Pokemon who sets up defensively, and two Pokemon that sets up special attack-wise. Now we have a very standard-ish looking Ursaluna Blood Moon. Hyper Voice, Earth Power, Blood Moon Protect, max HP, max special attack. We're going with min speed on this one because they do like to go into Trick Room with their team. Like I said, they have the Hatterene, they got the Kingambit, they got the Chandelure. Plus Vacuum Wave, I don't think is that much useful in this match. Like, look how many Pokemon resist fighting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 resistances to fighting. One of them is an immunity, too. Vacuum Wave isn't that important here. We went with Safety Goggles because Venomoth is really our biggest threat into Ursaluna if it Terras. Now, of course, we got Terra Water, so Ludicolo could be a problem for Ursaluna, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It, of course, be... That actually is a pretty big problem. What do I do with Ludicolo against Ursaluna? And Magnezon's an issue, too. Do I change to Terra, then? What should I do instead? Fairy's not a bad option, I don't think. I'm still weak to Magnezone. Terra Ghost means I'm weak to Chandelure. Terra Normal means I'm still weak to Kingambit. Could do Terra Dragon. The Hatterene, though. Hatterene's faster than me in Trick Room, but Blood Moon will KO it. So honestly, we'll go with Terra Dragon. That's interesting. Why'd the gender thing turn off? Huh, weird. Next up, we have Muck. And I know, I mentioned in the team builder they have so many resistances to poison. Well, not in the team builder, in the type breakdown. But Muck just feels like an old reliable here. We got Punch, we got Drain Punch, we got Poison Jab and Shadow Seed. With an Assault Vest, so we take less damage from their special attackers. Now, again, Poison isn't really that useful here. But I don't really got a but. My idea on why I wanted to bring Muck is it's another slow option for me. Or if they do get the Trick Room up. And, well, yeah. Poison Jab is resisted a lot. Maybe Shadow, Drain Punch and Thunder Punch can do decent work. Thunder Punch almost OHKOs Gyarados, if that's something to think about. Muck. I can't help but want to bring Muck. He's one of my favorites. And last we have Tauros. Terra Fire for extra Flare Blitz damage. I didn't want to go for the defensive Terra on Tauros because I want to avoid Terraing Tauros if possible. And with Terra Fire, we just boost up Flare Blitz. We went with Anger Point instead of Intimidate because they have Kingambit. That Defiant boost is terrifying. And I don't want to give it to them. But I still want to have what Tauros provides me. Close combat, Flare Blitz. We have Wild Charge for Gyarados, though. Actually, no, not although. With, Adamant 36 attack, we should OHKO most of the more defensive Gyarados sets. But yeah, that is the team builder for the week. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you when we get into the match. Well, I ate my words, didn't I? Look who's on the screen. Squawkability showed up. Okay, Squawkability. Everything else I pretty much expected. The only thing that's not here that I was expecting was Venomoth, which is kind of weird. No Venomoth means, well, I think I'm pretty safe. I think this means I'm pretty safe to do the Sinistra strat. Ability. Ah, there goes my White Herb. We're gonna fake out the Gyarados. So it's not double intimidate, it's Moxie Gyarados. What? Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's rough. We do. Okay, well, they'll play it out. Yeah, wrong move is rough. Maybe we'll just go for the Muddy Water. Parting Shot. Ooh. Ludicolo. Yeah, we're gonna go for the Shell Smash. Oh, okay. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Oh god, I'm so stupid. Why would I do that? I'm so stupid. The Ludicolo, I think, is actually going to get me here. Manages to land through the confusion. It missed the Gyarados, because of course it did. So the confusion. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. And Ursaluna's not gonna be able. I'm so stupid. Why would I switch in Sinistra? I mean, Gyarados there. And I'm not gonna live because I'm slow. Why am I so stupid? Why? Why would I think that's a good idea? Gyarados is a problem. Gyarados is a problem. I'm gonna go with this. Tauros can hopefully 1v1 the Gyarados. I think it's Choice Band Gyarados. If it's Moxie and they didn't switch out, I'm pretty sure that's Choice Band Gyarados. I'm so stupid though. I can't get over that. Why would I wanted to switch in because oh yeah, it's gonna go for a grass move into the Sinistra. I better protect from it. If there's a Squawk ability, Ludicolo. Okay. We're gonna go for the Calm Mind. Yep, there's the Fake Out into you. There's the Tailwind. Water. What? He just does. What? I'm being so stupid. Here comes the Gyarados again. Okay. That does nothing. Squawkabilly comes back out to set up Tailwind again. They're gonna Blood Moon the Ludicolo. Oh! What?! This is over for me. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Sinistra's not going to be able to beat Squawk ability. Parting shot into Sinistra. Yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? I need to calm down. I keep making silly mistakes. I should have brought Electra to this match. I disrespected the Squawk ability too much. And the Gyarados. Goodra doesn't win this. I'm so stupid! What happened, man? I used to be better at this game. I should have done Muddy Water on Goodra instead of Blood Bomb. This is me getting... No, I needed it for... I needed it for the Hatterene, so I can't, like, say it's bad prep. We need a double here, right? Because there's no way I live at 32. I mean, I gotta try. Nope, there it is. Oh my god, that does a lot of damage. At +2? I don't know what's... What was what were they thinking here? Like, genuinely, what were they thinking here? Did I really think that Sinistra and Blastoise would be able to roll through? I'm so stupid. I needed Electro this game. But Electro doesn't beat Hatterene. Or King Gambit. And in the end, he didn't need either. Walkabilly really was more annoying than I thought it was going to be. You could go ahead and laugh at me in the team builder. I really disrespected this thing. God damn it, man. I can't be too negative. This was great prep on their end. I simply just didn't think this through that well. Sucks, but it happens. I thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week. Peace.